Hey folks, and welcome to the Pipnotic Symposium, the 24th of June 2025. This is going to be my last symposium in Indonesia. The next one will be in Denmark. We're leaving tomorrow afternoon and we'll be in Denmark Thursday, I believe, at some point, and then we're headed to a little Danish island south of Copenhagen called Moon. Which should be pretty nice. So now we're busy packing, and oh my goodness, the stress levels are pretty high, to be completely honest. But what I want to do is I want to focus on crypto today, and I want to do some machine learning. Close. And I want to predict using the GRU, which has historically been very accurate. It's predicted with over 90% accuracy all of the highs and lows in Bitcoin over the past 1.5 years. So we'll let that run for a second. Let's have a look at the chart. If you see here on the monthly chart, you can see that we've had a very difficult time trading above this. Okay, you can see liquidity exploration above the previous week. Prices sold off. We saw that here as well. A similar pattern. We moved above here. We sold off. We moved above there, we sold off, and maybe we're doing the same thing here because we traded above these historical highs twice, but they are getting lower. You can see that the highs they're being capped for the time being, and so maybe we're going back down to the origin of that move, which will bring us maybe somewhere around here. Okay, which is really far away, 73. Okay, so keep that in mind that this could move lower. So if you took a trade and you're long, I mean you're at the highs, so maybe take some of the risk off, move your stops into profit wherever you got in, depending on where you got in. Unless you bought now, just be careful and just be mindful of the fact that we could be moving a lot lower and quickly. If we have a look at the predictions here, let me do this for 30 days, which is very difficult to do. But we'll try that anyway. We'll let that run. It'll take just a second because I've already trained the model. Just got to crunch these. I'll just let this run very quickly. Boom, we should be done there. Okay, and here we have the chart. This is what the chart looks like. You can see it looks pretty bleak. And this has been right. This algo has predicted all the highs and low in Bitcoin with incredibly high degree of accuracy over the course of the past year and a half. And it's predicting sell-offs, big sell-offs in Bitcoin. So be careful, be very careful. If we look at the chart, you can see here, as I just mentioned, testing. So it looks like we're going lower. Unless we start to close above these highs, then we're likely going to go high. But you have to pay attention to these big time frames because this is where all the liquidity is visible to us. I mean, here we have the candle before the expansion, which is right here. The buy zone is just here, so this is potentially where we're headed. Are we going to go there? I have absolutely no clue. I don't know at all. But there's a lot of really crazy stuff going on at the moment. Everyone seems to hate each other. Ireland is on the brink of civil war. The UK will probably be next. France, it's spreading, and it's spreading quickly, and I don't know what's happening. And this is, of course, going to affect the markets. And when we have interest rate decisions that are coming out a lot, I don't know what's going to happen, but just be really careful. Okay, we've got this, and this looks pretty terrible. So if you're holding positions and if you got in like low, pat yourself on the back. We're at the all-time highs. Take some profit or take it all off. It doesn't matter. If price goes higher, it's not going to leave without you. We're going to pull back to demand before we continue higher. So just be super careful. Okay, I want you to be very careful for the time being because this is important news. But I'm not going to. Actually, before I wrap things up, I just want you to go to the blog, and I wrote about this a couple of weeks ago, the silent whispers of a looming market crash, and I did an analysis of all of the top banking stocks like Wells Fargo. And we are testing the supply that consumed this demand. We cut through it, and now we're moving to it. So now we're here. Okay, what's going to happen? I don't know. we're going down, we're heading down. Just be super careful. If we go down to the next one, Morgan Stanley, the same. JP Morgan, the same. Goldman Sachs, the same. Costco, retail, food, the same. Citigroup, BlackRock, the same. Bank of America, Alphabet, Google, looking pretty similar. Okay, so just be very careful. Also, I've had to dig into a lot of the institutional buying and selling, and I can see that a lot of, if you read this article, you'll see there's a lot of interesting information about key figures within the top 10 biggest companies in the United States selling out of their stock. Was it February, I believe? February of this year, December of last year, Bezos was selling $1 billion worth of Amazon stock every day. He did this for 20 days, $20 billion he liquidated. And so why would he sell so much of his own stock if it's a healthy company, or if he thought that the company was going to succeed? And so there is something going on. Okay, so read this article. It's not long, has a lot of interesting information. It has some counter arguments. This is just technical analysis, data analysis, but I really advise you to read this article. I really advise you to pay attention to this. The results that the machine learner has just told us. It's been accurate, very accurate historically, and it's pointing much lower. Looking at the charts, we're having a difficult time closing above these highs, meaning that we're tapping into the top of the book. So there's a lot of profit taking going on up there, I'm sure, and likely some selling in the futures market. People shorting Bitcoin potentially. I don't know. I've stopped pretending that I know what's going on. This is a crazy world these days, so you have to you have to be humble. So careful. Be very, very careful. Also, in the blog, I just posted a new article. This was an update on the ASR. Let me reset the zoom. This is the second month. Here was the first month of the ASR. You can see the results. Beautiful. And I did another update today showing the results after the second month, and it looks pretty good. An incredible profit factor. Average wins of 64.71%, and I did a comparison between the ASR and industry averages that I was able to find on the internet, where I'm comparing profit factors of ASR, industry standards. The win rates were very high relative to industry standards, max drawdown, and this is based on me risking 0.25% per trade because of all the madness that I see coming. And a few other things. So take a look at this, read all of these, understand them, understand that this is a very risky landscape at the moment because of all of what's going on, the wars and whatnot. So just be mindful of that. Okay, so I'm going to leave it at that for the time being. If you have any questions, do let me know, and take care.